Hi, welcome to the listening window. Today's story is called I Found a Phone on the Train. This is an English speaking and listening practice story told in the first person with everyday vocabulary and natural phrases. You can follow along to improve your English fluency. You'll find a link in the description to download the full script, vocabulary list, quiz, answer key, and a special bonus writing and speaking prompt. Let's begin. I was on the train, going back home after a long weekend at my parents' house. I'd taken the early morning train so I could reach my apartment by noon and still have time to do my laundry, clean up a bit, and maybe even relax. The train wasn't too crowded, and I found a window seat near the back. The sun was rising, casting a soft golden light over the empty fields outside. I put in my earphones and started listening to music, resting my head against the window. After about an hour, the train stopped at a small town, and a few more people got on. I didn't pay much attention. I was just watching the trees go by and letting my thoughts wander. Then, something caught my eye. There was a phone on the seat across from me. A black smartphone with a cracked case, sitting there like it had been forgotten. I looked around. No one nearby seemed to be looking for anything. The man who had been sitting there earlier had gotten off 2 stops ago. I hesitated for a moment. I didn't want to touch someone else's phone, but I also didn't want it to get stolen or lost forever. So I picked it up and held it in my hands. The screen was locked, and there was no name or sticker on the back. Just a faint scratch across the corner. My first thought was to hand it over to the train staff, but I didn't see anyone nearby. And something about it made me curious. I pressed the power button again. A notification popped up on the screen. Just one new message. Don't trust her. That was weird. I blinked and stared at the message. Who was it for? And who was her? I know I should have just ignored it. But I didn't. I don't know why. Maybe I was bored. Maybe I was curious. Maybe a part of me thought it was a prank. But I waited a few minutes, hoping the phone would ring or light up again. It didn't. I slid it into my bag, planning to give it to the train conductor when I got off. But when I got home, I forgot. I unpacked my bag later that night and found the phone again. It was off. Probably dead. I plugged it in just to see if I could get a name or a clue. The screen lit up and it buzzed to life. More messages popped up. Where are you? Did you tell her? I think she knows. Okay, now it felt like I had stepped into the middle of someone's personal drama. But again, my curiosity got the better of me. I checked the lock screen. No password. I know it's wrong, but I swiped up and opened the phone. The messages were from someone named Ryan. Most of them were short, panicked texts. And then there were pictures. Point one was of a girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, probably in her 20s. Another picture showed her and a man, arms around each other, smiling. It looked like a couple's photo. I kept scrolling. There were a few more pictures of the same two people taken at different times, and then there was a video. I tapped on it. The girl was talking directly to the camera. Her voice was calm, almost too calm. If you're watching this, she said, then something went wrong. I paused the video, staring at the screen. What was this? I hit play again. I had to leave, she continued. I didn't know who to trust anymore. If Ryan is with you, don't believe a word he says. He's not who he claims to be. She looked around nervously before ending the video. I hope this phone finds the right person. I sat back, stunned. Was this real? Was this some kind of game or social experiment? Or had I just stumbled into something dangerous? I didn't sleep well that night. The next morning, I got another message on the phone. Come to the cafe on 8th and Grove. 10 a.m. Don't bring anyone. No name. No explanation. I should have turned the phone off and forgotten about it. But of course, I didn't. I sat in the cafe, pretending to drink my coffee, watching the door. At exactly 10, a man walked in. Tall, well-dressed, carrying a backpack. He scanned the room and walked straight over to me. You found my phone, he said calmly. He didn't introduce himself. He didn't ask how I was. Just that I think it belongs to someone named Lily, I said slowly. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. She's confused, he said. There's a lot she doesn't understand. He held out his hand. May I? I didn't move. What happened to her? He paused. She left, he said. She got scared. I just want to help her. I just want my phone back. I looked down at the phone, then back at him. Why did she say not to trust you? His jaw tightened for a second, but then he laughed softly. She's good at making stories. She always liked drama. Something in my gut told me to run, but instead I stood up. I think I'll hold on to it, I said. At least until I know she's okay. He stepped forward, lowering his voice. That's a mistake. I walked out of the cafe, my heart racing. I didn't go home. I went to the police. I told them everything, the phone, the messages, the video. They took me seriously, which surprised me. They kept the phone and told me they'd follow up. A week later, I got a call. Lily was real. She had filed a report months ago. A missing person case. The man, Ryan, was actually her ex-boyfriend. She'd been in hiding after he tried to control her life, even after they broke up. The video? It was her backup plan in case something happened. Because I handed in the phone, the police found her location and helped her move somewhere safer. I never met her. I never heard from her again, but I still think about that moment on the train, the moment I picked up a stranger's phone and got pulled into a story that wasn't mine. Sometimes, doing the right thing feels like a small step, but sometimes it saves someone's life. Thank you for listening to this English speaking and listening practice story from the Listening Window. You can download the full script, vocabulary list, quiz, answer key, and a bonus writing and speaking prompt using the link in the description. And don't forget to leave a comment. What do you think happened next? What would you have done with the phone?